Hey guys, it's me, Claudia J. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm coming to you with another current events video. If you haven't known by now, I'm pretty sure everyone knows right now by the title of this video what I'm getting ready to talk about. So I just kind of want to get right into it. I really don't want to make this video super long, even though I have like a million things to say. With the past current events involving police brutality and the killings of Alton Sterling and Philando Castile, I had to take a break because social media was just getting to be too much and it was just way too overwhelming, and I really needed a break. So I took a break from YouTube because I didn't feel it was right to post a video or beauty related video or anything like that with everything that was going on. And also I needed to collect my thoughts about what was going on because there was a lot going through my head. This really affected me, and it got me into such a, I don't even want to say I was such in a mood and just such in like a bad corner that I needed to turn off social media. So I deactivated my Facebook, my Twitter. I only had my Snapchat up. I wasn't even really on Instagram. Like, I just needed to disconnect. So with that being said, after Philando Castile's death happened, it completely changed how I originally planned to film this video after I learned about the Alton Sterling death. And it was pretty much within of me 24 hours finding out about Alton Sterling that I found out about Philando Castile. So it was too much, so I needed to collect my thoughts. So I really just want to say that at first I was going to come on this video and just give the facts, just spit out the hard facts and the stats that people can't seem to find on their own, and just explain everything that's going on. But honestly, I'm tired. I'm tired of explaining. I'm tired of people not trying to find the information that is readily available and just wanting to choosing to be misinformed about the Black Lives Matter movement, the statistics that show that that Black women, children, and men are targeted. So I really wanted to just come with that, but I'm not. I'm done trying to explain to people who don't want to listen, who don't want to learn, who are choosing to be ignorant because it makes them comfortable. And that is what I've come to terms with. Like, if at this point you don't know what Black Lives Matter is, if you don't at this point don't know about the police brutality that's happening, at this point you don't know that there's obviously something wrong with the criminal justice system, it's because you don't want to. And before anyone comes at me with where I'm getting my facts from or anything, I am literally a criminal justice minor. I was almost a criminal justice major. I went into this knowing the stuff, like I know what I'm talking about. We have to study this and we have to learn this stuff. And the criminal justice field is something I've wanted to get into for a very long time. If anybody knows, I was a psych major with a criminal justice minor. Both fields that I'm very passionate about, and I also think criminal justice doesn't understand that psychology can help a lot when it comes to you wanting to work in this criminal justice field. A lot of the times when it gets to police officers, a lot of them are not equipped to work with some of the communities that they are going into. Being a police officer is a people job. I don't care what anyone says. You're going to be working with people and a lot of populations, ones that you may not be used to. If you are not used to being around the population that you are going to work with, have no cultural understanding, have just no understanding overall, that is a problem. I don't feel like you can be a police officer and work with people with no understanding of people. Like, it just makes zero sense to me. And with all of that, it used to get really frustrating when I'd be in my criminal justice classes and I'd be maybe one of 3 Black people in there, if at most, and the other ones would be Latinos, which was great because it's like, it's nice to have someone when you're not alone. And then the rest would be, no offense to them, but there'd be a bunch of white people who literally knew nothing about any other community besides the community they grew up in, which my professor himself would call white suburban America, which is true. And it's frustrating when you're in a class learning about criminal justice and speaking about justice at all, really, and understanding that a lot of the time people that look just like me aren't getting that justice, and then the people in your class justifying them not getting that justice. It used to piss me off going to class because I knew someone was going to say something that was going to really just infuriate me. And I really knew that I was pretty much just done when it was involving the case of Mike Brown and Trayvon Martin had already happened. And then it was also around the time I was taking this class when the Baltimore riots happened. And my teacher was giving an example about the Trayvon Martin case and the Michael Brown case of if it was just the use of excessive force, not what kind of person they were or whatever the news or the outlets said about them, but the end of the day, were they supposed to be dead? A lot of people didn't know how to answer, and then again, you found people trying to justify them being dead when I think they even knew that these children, they're their children to me. They were 18 years old, 17. They're not supposed to be dead, and they didn't know what to say, and I just was looking at them. But then the other example he gave was about a dog, and if a dog was attacking someone, or if the dog was seen as a threat, should someone hurt the dog or shoot the dog? And everyone in the class was like, oh my god, no, that'd be so wrong. You're not supposed to hurt an animal. You're not supposed to shoot an animal. This and this and that. And at that point, I was done. Because at this point, you just saw the dehumanization happen in front of your eyes where people, and I'm an animal lover, so of course I would say not hurt the dog. But my point is, they were giving more humanity to a dog than a person that actually passed away and died and was laying in the street. They saw the dog as more important. I mean, yeah, it's more important than Mike Brown. And my teacher called them out on it, which I love my professor, I really do. He called them out on it, and he was like, why is it that you can find every reason to justify a dog being alive, but you can find every reason why a human being should be dead, and you knew that it was wrong? Just with everything going on, I just want to say that to all my black people out there, mixed race, anyone that's really just a human being and affected by this, it's okay, and then that it's okay to sometimes to log off, because I had to. It was just becoming such a toll on my mental state of mind. And I'm a pretty positive person most of the time. When I really, really try to be positive. Obviously, that's why I'm in my channel, and I've said that there is positivity on this channel. But sometimes there's real life things happening that make it extremely difficult for you to still be positive when you know that there's people getting killed and murdered by a force that's supposed to protect them. And I'm sick and tired of hearing that people think by saying Black Lives Matter that you're saying that police lives don't matter or that everyone else's lives doesn't matter. And that's just complete and utter bullshit. And if you think like that, it's because you literally just don't want to understand what the movement is about. Black Lives Matter was created because of the police brutality that was going against black men. And it grew into something bigger. But at the end of the day, Black Lives Matter's point is police brutality. That does not mean that it's okay, or to say that people are out here and not caring about police officers' lives. Like, it's just ridiculous. And yes, we know there are good police officers. There are people that go out there every day and do exactly what their job is to do, which is to protect and serve. But to sit here and say that we cannot critique the criminal justice system and that we cannot call out the officers who are not doing their job, that is okay to say. Like, there's people in every job who are not qualified to do their job correctly. And there's people on the police force who are not qualified to do their job correctly or have not done their job correctly, but no one has said anything. So now that there's a movement calling the criminal justice system out and calling the police force out, all of a sudden it's a terrorist group. Like, that's bullshit. Like, it's seriously bullshit. And if you think like that, you really need to reevaluate some things in your life. I just want to take the time to say about how I am just sorry about the people, Philando Castile's family, Alton Sterling, and everyone before that who has lost someone to the police force. Like, I'm sorry. And then also to the Dallas officers who had to be an example of other police officers that are not doing their job when they weren't the ones that did it. Like, they didn't deserve to die either. These police officers had families. So you can still say Black Lives Matter and still care about your police force and respect police officers. I've never disrespected a police officer in my life, but I will continue to say Black Lives Matter all day, every day, because they do. And if you're gonna come and say all lives matter, then get off my page. Because if all lives mattered and you knew all lives mattered, there wouldn't be a Black Lives Matter movement to point the spotlight on obviously showing that their lives do not matter. Like, and if you believe all lives matter, why aren't you at the protest saying something? Why aren't you speaking up about the police brutality? Why aren't you the one saying that Black lives matter? If all lives really do matter, you should have no issue saying Black lives matter, because they should be included in that all lives matter mentality. If you're still that person looking for stats or information, go ahead and look up racial profiling. Go and look at police brutality cases. Go ahead and look at the UCR, which is the federal government statistics on this kind of stuff. It's readily available for you to find. You don't have to sit here and pester people about where they're getting their facts from. You want to go look at the UCR. Go look at FBI statistics. Go look at crime statistics. It's all there for you, and it's going to tell you the same information. Go look at the school to jail pipeline. Why don't you look that up? Look up stuff that you're actually going to read and get that information that you keep trying to act like doesn't exist. Acting like it doesn't exist will not make it go away. That's one thing I want to address. Like, just saying, oh, we don't address it, it's going to go away. No, it's not. That's just trying to sweep it under the rug and act like everything's okay. Just like they do with slavery, and now they don't want to talk about it anymore because it happened, and now when we address it, everyone wants to just act like it doesn't literally affect how everything is in America today, which it does. And to say that I literally have had people that I don't even know personally, reach out to me just to vent about the events because it's so emotionally taxing. Like, I literally almost had a breakdown. I think I'm going to insert the clip of my initial raw reaction when I had just finished watching the Philando Castile video, because I was an emotional wreck. And I can never unsee that video. I couldn't sleep. I didn't sleep for days off of that video because it kept replaying and replaying in my head, to watch this man die in front of his child and his daughter. So I guess just to wrap up this video so I'm not rambling the whole time, obviously you can see how passionate I am about this and how this really just affected me. I want to let all the Black people out there know, or anyone that's affected by that, it's okay to log off, that you need to take a mental break. Even if you are out there fighting the fight, just know that sometimes it's okay to pull back, because being mentally sound in times like this is so important. Don't force yourself to keep watching these videos and keep reading people's ignorant comments, and just know that it's better to just sometimes just click off. Also, I want to say that protesting is not the only way you can make a difference. Supporting Black business, you can make a difference. Mentoring someone, you can make a difference. I've been looking into mentoring a lot and just trying to figure out how I can make a difference. Even if it's in one person's life or in the community, it makes a difference doing something. And then a lot of people like to say, well, what is this going to do? Or the people that aren't doing anything. So at this point, I've reached the point where I'm done explaining to people everything. Like, I'm going to do what I can do. And then if you want to follow my lead, that's fine. Or if you can find something that works for you, that's fine. But I'm going to do what I can do. I'm only one person, but my voice still matters, and addressing this still matters. Regardless of how big or small my platform is, I can still say something. So if people choose not to say anything on their platform, that is their right and that is their choice. But I started this channel to speak. I wanted to speak, and I wanted my voice to be heard, and I wanted people that related to me to know that there's someone that's going to say something, or maybe encourage someone else to say something. I went to my first protest, what was it, 2 days ago? Yeah, 2 days ago, and it was really just an uplifting experience. And I know people hear protesting and think of violence, or they automatically assume it's going to be violent, which kind of irritated me when I told people I go, because they're always like, oh, well, was it okay? Was it peaceful? And it's just like, this just shows how the media warps like what people are thinking. And the protest was peaceful. It was loving. There was people of all kinds of races there, and that's what I want to really highlight, to know that if you're saying Black Lives Matter, you don't have to be Black to say Black Lives Matter. You can be of any race and still care that Black Lives Matter. Like, it's a people movement. It's not just a Black people movement. We need everyone. And there was so much there was everyone there at this protest, and it was a beautiful thing to see, and I honestly really, really needed to be there just for my own mental healing, and to be around people that really give a damn and that are just as passionate about something as you are. And going to the protest is one of the best things I could have did for me personally, because I was such in a dark place and I was getting really, really negative. And I didn't want to be that way, but I was just getting really cynical and my heart was hurting. I was emotional, I was crying. I needed an outlet and to be around people that felt the way I did, and a place where I felt safe to express and what I was feeling, and people that can understand the frustration that I was feeling. So that's really why I wanted to make this video. There's still so much more I could say, but I'm gonna leave that here. So like I was saying before I got cut off, my inboxes are more than open for anyone that needs to vent or just really talk about what is going on. I've had people that I never even actually met reach out to me and have hour-long conversations just in order to vent, because I understand that sometimes you just need to speak to someone that understands. So my social medias are all up. If you want to talk to me about anything, you are more than welcome to. So I just want to close this video by saying, just before you open your mouth to speak, actually take the time to listen from the people that are actually suffering. So with that, I would say I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.